Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Serenity and today I have my friend Courtney with me. Hey! So since we're doing a video about detangling today, I wanted to show you guys that my technique not only works on 4A hair, which is mostly what my hair is, but also 4C hair, which is what Courtney has. Yeah. And a lot of it. So we're gonna just get into it and I'm just gonna show you guys my process for detangling. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so first I want to say that the main thing you need to remember about detangling is to be gentle. So here I have a comb and I start with the comb and then I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. And that's one of the things you need to remember too, like don't force it, just use your fingers if you need to. Like if you need to go back and part it with the comb, you can do that after you've already detangled it. Don't try to get a straight part and tear up your hair, it's just not worth breaking your hair over. Alright, so the first thing you're doing is getting a section. So as you can see, I'm just being gentle and I'm just pulling the hair apart. You have to go all the way down to the ends. And I'm just getting my section together. So that's the first step, get you a section. And normally I would start from the back, but for the purpose of the video, it's just easier to see it from the front. So start from the back, most likely if you're doing your own hair or even if you're working on someone else's hair. Okay. Alright, so you always want to start with finger detangling. You don't want to add your combs or brushes in until you go through with your fingers first. If you feel like your section is too big, which I kind of figured out here that I was working with too much hair, then you just want to go ahead and, make that section smaller, put it up. You want to be patient, you want to take your time, because if you rush through detangling, it's going to be a mess. So if you don't have time to detangle, do not detangle. Save it for another day, okay? Alright, so your next step is to start separating the curls. So you just want to take little sections and you just want to pull the hair apart and just keep moving through the hair and just pulling, separating out the curls. I always say do this with your fingers first, because if you were to go through with the comb or the brush, you can't really feel the knots. Like you're just going through and yanking and breaking the hair off. But if you go in with your fingers first, you can actually feel where each knot is and you can just kind of be more gentle. And then after you've detangled with your fingers, then you can go back in with the combs and the brushes later. Also, when you are detangling, you can kind of pull down on the hair. You'll see me do that sometimes where I just straighten it out with my fingers. That kind of helps straighten the hair. Like if you have extra coily, kinky hair, you kind of want to straighten it out when you're detangling, because it just helps to remove some of those knots and make it easier to work with. So you'll see me just pulling the ends down. That's just straightening the hair out a little bit so it's easier to work with. Alright, so next is detangling on wet hair. So sometimes you may want to do it dry first and then go in and do it wet, like if your hair is extra tangled. But if it's not, you're obviously just going to need water. And I use either a leave-in or you can buy detangling products. Like they actually have some of those. I don't use them, but you can buy like a detangling spray or something. You just want to wet the hair and then you want to apply the product. And then you're basically doing the same thing. You're just going to separate the curls out. Maybe run your fingers through it a little bit. Hers is already a little detangled, so that's why I'm able to run my fingers through it. So if you couldn't do that, you would just start with separating the curls out. Alright, once you've applied the product, you can now go in with your comb or your brush. I'm starting from the top in the first section because her hair is already detangled, but normally you want to start from the bottom and work your way up. So I'm using a tangle teaser, and I use both this tangle teaser and that leave-in conditioner I showed you guys. I use it in my other video, the hair care video, so I'll link that so that you guys can see what I was using. So as you can see, I'm really excited. I just love seeing her curls. Like, they're so cute to me. And the product helps it bounce. Alright, I'm sure we all know about fairy knots or single strand knots. Those are a natural's worst nightmare. So I'm going to show you guys how I get those out. You pretty much can't save all of it, like that's just impossible, but you can really minimize the damage if you're patient and you're just going through slowly. So what I do is I take individual strands and I pull them out of the knot. So you grab right above the knot and you just pull individual strands out. And the ones that come out loose, like they come out really easy, they're not a part of the knot. And then the one that's left is the one that's like actually got the single strand knot in it. So once you get down to that part, you can just pull it down with your fingers, or you can go in with the comb and kind of rake it out. So you'll probably lose like a little bit, but you won't lose as much hair if you take the time out. Alright, so when you have knots that are a little bit bigger and they involve more hair, I usually use a comb. So you can use a comb that has a tail on the end, like those metal ones are really good. Or you can just use the little teeth, like in this comb that I'm using here. And what you want to do is take the top of the comb and put it into the knot, and you just want to keep pulling down away at the knot. So you just keep placing the comb into the knot and just yanking it down. And it'll actually pull the knot loose. Like, I know you guys can't really see it, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. And then after that, you can just go through and do what you do for the single strand knots, where you take individual strands and you just pull those individuals out until you get down. And it usually comes out pretty well. So that's what I use for larger knots that aren't single strand. Alright, that's the end. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!